Welcome to Music Theory Logic. Andrew here, and today we're going to compare a recording of an acoustic guitar with an iPhone SE, and a microphone, specifically a Shure SM7B, the same mic I use for these videos. Let's go ahead into the Logic session. So this is going to be a pretty short video, and I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised. If you haven't tried this before, you can record all sorts of different things, like friends playing instruments or drum sounds or really whatever you can think of just through an iPhone. You can share it via emailing it to yourself, and then you can drag it into whatever DAW you're using. And although it's not going to be as high quality of a recording, I'll talk about why that may not matter depending upon the kind of music you're making. So first of all, here is the recording with the mic. I've done my best to make these the same volume. We're going to be looking at this Paz analyzer from Waves. Cool. So let's take the same it's the same playing. I was recording both of them at the same time. Let's look at the iPhone, and I'm going to clear our memory from our analyzer. Cool. So maybe like me, you were a little surprised at how good that iPhone recording sounds. It's pretty amazing what phones nowadays can do. And once again, I'm on an SE, which some comedian out there made a joke about how it's a joke of an iPhone. I had an iPhone 5 for a long time because of the 1/4-inch port. Kind of want to get a 13, but I'm happy with my SE. So we notice at about 16,000 hertz, so that's very high, we get a sharp drop off. We also notice that this has a lot more of sort of an even response in the low end. Let's alternate between the two. So here's the mic. Without rolling anything off, we have a lot less of an even response in the low end. That's a good thing. It's providing some of the clarity. We also have much more information past that 16,000 hertz range, although we do get a duck. We'll also notice more peaks and valleys here. That is, the microphone's going to pick up more harmonics. Let's go back to the iPhone. Cool. So one thing I could do to get rid of that problem that's happening in this is just to take the low end and cut it out. Something like this. But really, I think those are remarkably close. I think if you are recording these instrumentals to make hip-hop beats or to sample in electronic music, really in any context, lo-fi music, this will work really well. The only time I wouldn't recommend doing this is if you're recording like a singer-songwriter, somebody playing an acoustic guitar and singing. That if the acoustic guitar is really on its own, that's when we want that extra information from the mic. But I probably would use a different mic than an SM7B. It was just easier for me than getting out one of my other mics. But in essence, you can really get away with the iPhone. So I don't think there's really, depending upon what kind of beat I'm making, not much different there. Let's hear it with just some simple drums I had programmed. Here is the mic. Here's the iPhone. iPhone definitely sounds like a little bit more muddy in the mid-range, but that kind of makes this guitar sound thicker. So once again, I don't think there's any problems there. If you found that helpful, you would help me out a lot by subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. I do a lot of videos like this. If you have any questions about what you just saw or ideas for other videos, I'm all ears all the time. But yeah, don't let your lack of an interface or microphone hold you back from making your own samples with a phone. And if you don't have an iPhone, chances are you know someone with an iPhone. Once again, you could ask them very kindly to borrow their phone, record some hits, forward that to you via email or share it, and then drag it into your DAW. And with editing, we can take these samples and do like all sorts of different stuff with them. So thank you for hanging out. Once again, my name's Andrew. Go make some music, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.